Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a tutorial on how I currently do my summer makeup routine. Now, in the summer months, I don't really like wearing a lot of makeup because, it's hot and you get sweaty and it's just not cute. So, I honestly don't really like wearing a lot of makeup if I wear any makeup at all. So as of late, I haven't even been really using foundation unless I'm like going out somewhere. And by going out, I mean like going on a date with my boyfriend or whatever. What I've been doing is just using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer all over my face because this is a very full coverage concealer and it actually works very well as being kind of like a foundation. So that's just what I've been using, and I kind of just put it on like I normally would and then just put it on any blemishes that I have and blend it all out with a kabuki brush. So that's what I'm going to do first. And I use two different shades of the Shape Tape. I probably don't need to, but whatever. I find that with my skin, like especially when I'm kind of just applying it all over my face, it kind of just blends out better than just being like super fair and brightening. So the light shade kind of just evens it out better, in my opinion. But obviously you don't have to buy two. And as you will see, I do put this on kind of weird, but that's just what I do. And I just put it on any areas where I have redness or any blemishes really. Which I don't know about you guys, but during the summer, I don't know if it's because I'm like getting sweaty or what, but I tend to break out more in the summer. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but. And I also put it on my eyelids too, just because you can really see the veins on my eyes, and I hate that. I really do. I think I'm using a lot, but considering this is like my foundation, and then I'm just going to use my Sigma F80 flat kabuki brush just to kind of buff this all out. As you can see, for concealer, it has pretty amazing coverage. So it just evened out my skin and basically covered up pretty much all the areas that I really just wanted to cover up. Obviously you don't have to do this, but if you're like me and you don't really want to wear foundation when it's 100 degrees outside, I find that this is like the best option if you're worried about not having anything on your face. But as of late, even when I'm just running errands or going to Target, the grocery store, whatever, I honestly don't even put makeup on. Just not that I'm lazy. I just don't feel like putting any on when it's this hot. 100 degrees is hot. It's a little ridiculous. But in the Southwest there is no humidity, which is really nice because I'm from the East Coast and I'm actually going home to Maryland in 2 days, and not gonna lie, when the humidity is like 95% and even though it's only like 80 degrees, it's still hot as fuck. At least here in Albuquerque, you can pretty much just like sit outside in the shade and not be sweating constantly, whereas if you're in the humidity, Doesn't matter if you're in the shade or not, you're still gonna be sweating. So that is a plus with living in the Southwest, I will say. But these triple digit temps, not a fan. Not a fan. Also, I'm just gonna address this little monstrosity on top of my head. I know it looks horrible. My hair is like super frizzy right now. I went to bed with a wet head, and yeah, I'm sure you guys can tell that it looks like crap, but I'm not trying to impress anybody today. Really, every day. I'm not trying to impress anybody any day, to be honest, but I mean, I know it looks bad, but that's okay. Okay, so now that I finished putting on the concealer on the areas that I wanted to conceal, which, I mean, kind of was my whole face, and you're probably like, why didn't you just use foundation? This, to me, is lighter weight and feeling than putting all this foundation on your face, just because, I mean, yeah, I spread it out everywhere, but it's not as heavy feeling as a foundation. So that's why I usually just go ahead and do this. Not to mention, this whole look that I'm gonna be showing you guys honestly takes me less than 10 minutes to do. It's just easy when you want to have something on your face, if you're going out running errands, doing whatever, and you don't want to spend a lot of time putting on makeup, so this is a good option. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is put powder on my face, and I'm going to be using the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in the shade Lite. And I'm just going to go and put this all over my face. It will kind of act as like a setting powder, but it does give you a little bit of coverage. So any areas that I didn't really cover with the concealer, this will help take care of. And I'm just going to go in with a big powder brush. This is the Sigma Large Powder Brush in F20. Okay, so now that I put powder on my face, the next thing I'm going to do is go in with my Benefit Hoola Light Bronzer and just add some color to my face. And I kind of just put this pretty much everywhere. I'm not really contouring. I basically just want my face to have a little bit of color since I am so fair. A lot of times people are like, how are you so fair when you live in the desert? And it's just because I have my grandmother's skin, and she's fair just like me, and it is more of like the Irish side of my family. I have a lot of Eastern European in me, but my grandma does have quite a bit of Irish in her, so I think that's where I get it from. And it kind of sucks because my sister is darker than me. Actually, both my parents and my sister all get tan, whereas I just burn. I mean, I don't tan at all, and it's frustrating because when you live in the Southwest, it seems like everyone is pretty much tan. So I do stand out, but it is what it is. I do have to take really good care of my skin because obviously I do burn very easily. I use SPF 30 and I reapply every hour and a half to 2 hours. I mean, that's what you have to do. Especially here in the desert when the UV index is an average of like 10 or 11, which is very high. So anyway, so the next thing I'm going to do is go in and go over lightly with the MAC Oh My Passion bronzer highlighter thing. I don't really know how to describe this, but it has like a bronzer and a little bit of blush and some highlight in it. I don't know. For this look, I just take my brush, swirl it all over, and just kind of put it on the tops of my cheekbones, just to give me a little bit extra color. And I will be going in with my blush also. And then next I'm just going to go in with, as usual, the Too Faced Pompadour Peach blush, and I'm just going to put a little bit of that on my cheeks. So the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and do my eyebrows. I don't typically like doing my eyebrows on camera because, as you can see, they are very blonde, and right here they're extremely patchy because, I don't know, I'm gonna guess, maybe it's from over plucking when I was a teenager, I don't know, but the hair pretty much stopped growing. I'm hoping to one day be able to get them microbladed, and that way I don't have to like worry about doing my eyebrows all the time. I mean, I hate them. They're really bad. I've actually never gotten them waxed because my hair is so light and I don't really have a lot of eyebrows to begin with, so. But anyway. And I'm just using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in the shade, what shade is this? Taupe. One day I will try to like go somewhere to get them at least shaped because I've never really had that much of an arch, and trying to draw that is like a struggle. So now that I went ahead and did my eyebrows, the next thing I'm going to do is go in with my MAC 24-Hour Extend Eye Base and just prime my eyelids because I am going to put a little bit of eyeshadow on and I don't want this to crease. Now normally I would set this with a setting powder just to make it easier to blend the eyeshadows, but since I'm going in with a very light shade all over my lid, I find that I don't really need to. So the next thing I'm going to do is go into my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I love this palette. It is awesome. And as you can tell, my favorite shade in this palette is this one. I've already hit pan, and when I heard that she was going to be releasing a single eyeshadow pan in this shade, I was like, yes, thank God, because I was going through this one so fast. This shade as an all-over lid shade is so pretty. But today, I'm going to put this one, the shade Tempera, all over my lid. And to do this, I'm just going to use a Sigma E55 eye shading brush. Now the one thing I like about this particular eyeshadow, the Tempera eyeshadow, is that it's not only very like neutral, but it has a slight sheen to it without being like too shimmery, because on a day like this, like when I don't really want to wear any makeup or very neutral looking makeup, I find that this is like the perfect shade for me because it's not like too outlandish. And then next, what I'm gonna do is go in with this warm taupe shade, and just put this a little bit in my crease just to darken it a little bit, not much. I will say though, with this eyeshadow palette, when you dip your brush in the pans, you get a lot of kick up, so they are very powdery, so just make sure that you always tap off the excess. Otherwise, you're gonna get a lot of fallout everywhere. I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush. This is the Morphe M533 brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend that all out using windshield wiper motion. And then next for my brow bone highlight, I'm going to take the Vermeer shade, and I'm just going to put that right here, and then also in the inner corners of my eyes. So now that that's done, I'm just going to take a little bit of that warm taupe shade that I put in my crease on a very tiny pencil brush. This is the Morphe M212 brush, and I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of that brown right here. I'm not really smoking out my lower lash line today, so... Next, I'm going to take my MAC Chromographic eye pencil in the shade NC15 NW20, and I'm just going to put this on my waterline to brighten my eyes. Using a nude eye pencil is a nice little trick if your eyes look very tired or fatigued. This will help to brighten them a little bit. The next thing I'm going to do is curl my eyelashes and put mascara on. And I'm going in with the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. I've actually never used this. This will be my first time using this. I typically use other L'Oreal mascaras, but we shall see how this one applies. The next thing I'm going to do is go in with the Kylie Cosmetics Loose Highlighter in the shade Tahiti. And I'm just going to put this on my cheekbones and pretty much anywhere I want to highlight my face. For lips, I'm just going to go in with the Kylie Cosmetics Kim Kardashian West collab, and I'm just going to go in with the shade Kimmie. lastly, I'm just going to spray my face with MAC Fix Plus to set everything. Alright you guys, that completes this look. As I said before, I don't really like wearing a lot of makeup in the summer just because it's really hot and you get sweaty and yeah, it's just not cute. But on the days that I do decide to put any little bit of makeup on, this is what I typically do, and it's very simple. Not a lot of products are involved, and it honestly only takes me like less than 10 minutes to do this. So if you're looking for a very quick and easy makeup routine in the summer, then I highly recommend doing something like this. It just makes your life so much easier, and for me personally, not having that much product on my face is the way to go. I prefer it that way, unless, as I said before, unless I am going out somewhere. So, but yeah, I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Please let me know in the comments down below if you'd like to see me do another neutral, easy but neutral eye look using different products. If you have any other recommendations for me, please let me know. But yeah, if you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!